Okay, I'm going to talk to you about bundling code with Platypus, or how FFIStat was born. So this all began many years ago. I was working on a module called archive libarchive FFI. This was a comprehensive set of Perl bindings for libarchive using FFI raw. And the intent was really to learn FFI. I was a newbie at the time, and the sort of the process that I went through and the challenges that I encountered really informed FFI Platypus, its design. So there was one function that was a little bit challenging. There was an archive entry stat method that returns a C-stat structure. And instead of decoding that stat structure, I sort of cheated. libarchive provides individual accessor methods to get the values for those attributes. And so I just called them one after another and returned the whole thing as a list. Very easy. Why is this complicated? Well, the stat structure, it's not entirely well defined. On different platforms, it looks different. It's different sizes. There might be extra fields. It's kind of a challenge, especially when you're calling it from FFI. So, but fast forward into the future or the present, Platypus provides a capability to bundle C code with or Go or Rust, because we're modern, with your Perl module. So at install time, the C code gets compiled and linked into a dynamic library, which you can call at runtime using FFI Platypus. And how did I use this? Well, FFIStat is a module that implements basically the stat function in FFI. So for each of the attributes, we have accessor methods that are written in C, in the bundled code, and then from Perl, we can call those accessor methods and access them directly. And so when I was rebooting my libarchive bindings a few months ago, I was able to get the pointer from the archive entry stat method and then convert it into one of these FFIStat objects. So why would you want to do this? This is a bit weird. Perl already has like stat methods. You don't need this generally. But I was able to properly complete the libarchive bindings after about 10 years. So yay for me. But it is actually useful. Sometimes there are C APIs that return stat objects, stat structures, and they don't provide sort of the cheater method where you can get the attributes separately. So it is like a corner case, but it is sometimes a useful corner case. It also is just an example when it tested out the bundling sort of infrastructure that I had written. And bundling is useful for some corner cases. Things like this where it's not quite so easy to do from Perl directly, or things like enumerated types or constants, which might change from platform to platform. This is a good use case for bundling code as opposed to doing it purely from Perl. There was one problem. After a few days, FFIStat was on CPAN. There was a bug that was opened up. It was reported that dev and rdev from FFIStat did not match what core Perl was reporting on FreeBSD. However, it was reported. I think FFIStat is correct here. Calling stat utility on the test file outputs the following. And these values matched what I was getting. So in addition to, admittedly, kind of these corner cases, this exposed a bug in core Perl, which was reported and then fixed. And so that's my story on bundling. Thank you.